Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, I would like to talk about some things while I kind of play something that I used to play all the time. I used to actually be in a chess club in school, so I thought this might be a fun little idea. Just kind of play some bots, just kind of have some fun. But today's video, I'd like to talk about money. Specifically, where does it come from, what does it do, and what is it really for? Now, it's not going to be as stupid as video as you think. I'm not going to get it and go like, oh, money is for buying things. No, that's very obvious. I'm going to quite stray from the obvious, to say the least. Okay, we'll start with a small one and move on. But, well, I'll start with the obvious for the first little bit, okay? So what's money? Well, money is a piece of paper. It's used to exchange for an item or something you might be buying from somebody. Now, that's not to say that they were always that way. It wasn't always that way. Hear me out. There was a time where sand dollars, which is this, like, I'm sure anybody who's traveled to the beach knows what a sand dollar is. And it's not very often you find them. They're very rare, but that was once a form of currency. So, here's my thing with this. Money doesn't necessarily mean a piece of paper. Just the same as, and mind you, most crypto things are a scam. Just the same as, like, crypto is supposed to be an online currency. It's the same thing. But currency does not money does not necessarily mean paper money. It just means a currency. That's all I'm trying to get to with that. I'm sorry for really dancing around that one, but I sometimes have a hard time finding the way to put it into English because of my ADHD. But, yeah. Money is something that you buy something with. It's not necessarily money, like in paper money, but it is necessarily the currency you use to exchange. Now, the next part, what is it used for? Well, obviously exchanging, buying stuff, yada, yada, yada. Not going to go too into detail on that. But something I will go into detail in, is it worth it? Well, depending. If you're working a job, like a normal 9-to-5 job, yeah, it's plenty worth it. It really is worth it if you're working a 9-to-5 job, don't get me wrong. Give me a second, I lost my vape. Okay, there it is. But if you're willing to sacrifice your own morals for money, or even willing to scam somebody else just to get what's in their pockets, then no, money's not worth it. Money's a piece of paper. Or it's just an item that's used to represent currency. It should not be something that people are willing to kill over, or willing to hurt another human over, or willing to take it into their pockets from somebody who doesn't exactly have it, per se. So, do I think it's worth it? No, I definitely don't. Unless in certain situations. Now, why am I talking about all this, you may ask? Because it does seem like kind of at a left field. Well, I feel like there's something I want to talk about with the channel. And there's something that's been, like, extremely bothering me. If you've been on my Snapchat, you've seen somewhat it get posted on my story from time to time. But it's never been too bad. It really hasn't. And it's people adding me, wanting me to run scams for them, and trying to pay me money, or trying to scam me, or trying to blackmail me for money. See, people are willing to go up and beyond, do anything to hurt another human being just for cash. And at the end of the day, that same person that would do that will sit there and go, ha 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 ha, I just scored bank. So, they don't even care about human beings. So, here's the problem with today's world. Everybody wants money, but nobody wants to give loyalty. And that's what I find to become a problem. I have all these people adding me all the time, asking me, oh, will I promote this? Oh, will I do this? Can I promote this for them? I'm not, okay, if you're using a YouTube channel, you're doing a YouTube channel and you come to me and ask me for a promotion, and I like your channel, yeah, I'll shout you out. That's one thing entirely on its own. But that's free. That's me doing it out of the kindness of my heart. I will do it for you if you come and ask me, and I like your channel. I'm not gonna fucking obviously send people to a channel of some dude who's being extremely weird or, like, disgusting. If you genuinely have a good channel with good content, and I check it out and I like it, and you ask me to promote it, yeah. Because I'm not just gonna promote anybody. Like, to be fair, like, I like Moist Critical. I'm not gonna go out there, oh, subscribe to Moist Critical, just because he's never asked me to do it, and I don't want exactly, like, that's his thing. This is my thing. That's his thing. I just don't want to get involved in his thing without even being asked. I'm not a person who likes to get involved in other people's shit, so I don't like to get involved in somebody else's shit without being asked. And that being said, something else I'd like to talk about as well. Yes, right now I'm not making money off any of this. And nor do I plan to ever make money off any of this. I don't want to get rich or anything from YouTube. If I eventually get to a point where I'm making money off this, I might buy myself a house, a very small house, might get myself a car, keep enough to survive for groceries, and then we'll donate the rest to charity. I don't like those dudes who collect all that money and buy rich houses just because they got famous off YouTube. You're famous off YouTube, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but you're famous off YouTube. It's not like you invented something, or like, why are you living in a mansion? You make YouTube videos, and at any second that train could very well drop off, and then now you have to pay off this mansion with money that's no longer coming in. So now you're in a bankruptcy spot. And that's not even the reason why I wouldn't buy a big house. The reason I wouldn't buy a big house is because it's fucking useless. Why would I want a big house? I am a single person. I want to stay single. I don't really care for relationships anymore. I prefer my solitude. So I'd rather be alone. Why do I need a great big fucking mansion for myself? Jesus, fuck, that's stupid. I'm not fucking pompous enough to pay people to work for me, so there wouldn't even be a reason for other people to be in the house. I can do my own shit. So, where am I really getting to with all this? Eventually, yes, down the road, this channel will be making money. But the reason you're not going to see me making loads of money, or flexing what the channel makes, or anything like that down the road, or if I get to a point where I buy a house, you're going to see like millions of dollars going to charity if it ends up generating that, is because I don't give a fuck for money. Money is a useless piece of paper that they manufactured in some plant somewhere that I refuse to lose my morals over a fucking simple piece of fucking paper that was cut from a tree with ink on it. Why the fuck would I sacrifice my values for that? Why the fuck would I do that? Same as when I get hit up on Snapchat with all these scams or the blackmail attempts and all that. Why would I give you fucking money? Or why would I join in with you to make money? Like, I don't care about money. And then I always love the fucking, and then mind you, I'm not saying this because it bothers me, but this one little tiny piece bothers me, yes. It's when I say I don't want to, and I try to be nice. I'm not normally an asshole. The reason I'm making this video is because I would like to be an asshole just for a second. Because normally I like to keep shit chill. If I'm having a one-on-one conversation with somebody, I don't like to be a dick. If I'm having a conversation with people in a group, I don't like to be a dick. So, when these people hit me up with their whole scams, yeah, I naturally just don't like to be a dick. So, I try to be nice, and no, I don't want that, no, thank you. And then I get hit with the, oh, well, you're fucked in the head, or whatever, because I don't want to fucking sit there and make money, and I can quite clearly see the scam that's afoot. Like, I get it, like, to be fair, in a point, and I'm not defending these people. To be fair, they do actually tell you the truth in some means. They are going to teach you how to make that money, but they're going to teach you by scamming you out of your money first, and then you can go do that same thing to everybody else. That's what they're doing. And that is why I do not fucking fuck with that shit. Like, I don't care for money. Anybody who's, like, really adamant on money, or if they ask you if you want to make money and you turn them down, and then they start making fun of you and be like, oh, you're fucked in the head, oh, you're already too far gone. That usually means, A, they want to scam you. 2, their only center is money. Like, you're dying, and $1 million is on the other side of a plank, and either they can pull you off the plank and drop the money, or pull the money off the plank and drop you. They're fucking pulling that money off that plank. You don't mean shit to them. A fucking dollar on that plank would mean more to them than you. Because it is money. That's what these people don't understand. That's what I find so funny. As soon as you say you don't want to make money, it's like the most world-bending, mind-bending things to them that you need to be in a mental hospital, because how could you possibly not want to make money? But that's the thing. I've had a bad taste of money put in my mouth. I'm not trying to be mean. My stepdad has always been there for me and raised me right, but he has quite the obsession with money itself. And the man would pretty much do anything for a dollar. And that has left a bad taste in my mouth. I see the way that he interacts with people, I see the way that he interacts with friends, and I see some of the things where he will, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but occasionally lie to make himself sound cooler, because that's where he is. He needs to be the guy with the money. He needs to be the guy who's egotistical and always up there. He needs to be the guy who's always talking himself up. And that's something that also commonly comes with people who have a lot of money. This egotistical stance that because you have money, you mean something to everybody, and you can do anything and say anything to anybody and not be held accountable for those things. And guess what? It's not just rich people who have a little bit of money off the side. It's everybody who's rich. Take a look around for a fucking second. Jack Doherty, fucking Billie Eilish, fucking out there telling everybody else they need to give up their land and give it back to the native people when she lives on a fucking 153 acre property that she will not allow anybody on, not even her fans. So yeah, you all the other people that are fans that listen to her that live in their little tiny like four acre houses, yeah, they got to give up their property and think about the native people that their property's on. And have to think about how maybe they should give that up. But her who lives in her great big mansion all folded in doesn't have to think about anybody else because that mansion's just not on stolen. Everybody else is on stolen land, not her mansion. Like, this is just a common thing where you notice people with money are assholes. They always want to point a finger at somebody else who's lesser than them and say, you're the asshole, but in reality, they're the asshole. And that is why I don't like money. Money breeds assholeness. Money breeds ego. And I do not like ego. I do not like money. This is not a money journey for me. So I would very much appreciate all the people hitting me up and asking me to make money with them or run or promote this thing and yada yada. I've even been hit up by one fucking crypto fucking thing to promote on my channel. I will not fucking do that shit. I will not fucking terminate my fucking self-fucking beliefs. I will not fucking terminate my fucking actual reputation. I don't even have really much of a reputation, but what little reputation that I have come to build on YouTube, I will not sacrifice that for fucking money. A piece of fucking useless piece of garbage paper. Like, that's so stupid. Anyways, I'll finish up this game. I didn't mean to get in a whole lecture there, but like, it's something that's been pissing me off. Like, I'd try not to let it bother me. I'd get there's people out there in life that their only goal is money. Their only goal is money. So I try to avoid those people and I try to be nice. But here's the thing. As much as you try to be nice and avoid it, they're going to shove it down your throat. You don't want to make money and you're a loser because you don't want to make money. Like, they can't accept no. It's kind of like these OnlyFans girls. Okay? I've been hit up by a lot of OnlyFans girls and they piss me off. Why do they piss me off? One very tiny, simple, little, tiny reason. So, when you say no to somebody, no is supposed to mean no. Yet, when you get added by these OnlyFans girls, your only option for no with them is to fucking block them because they will not stop. I've tested it for 5 days straight. Every hour, on the hour, I got 10 messages trying to get me to go back to the OnlyFans, trying to get me to go to the OnlyFans, trying to tell me that she cared about me and loves me and wants me to go to her OnlyFans and buy it. Oh, I need to go to the OnlyFans because it's the only way we can get to know each other. Bruh, if you want to get to know somebody, bit fucking Christiansonly.com, FarmersOnly.com, fucking something mingle, fucking Tinder for all I fucking care. OnlyFans is not a fucking site to get to know people. It is a scam, and they will tell anything to you, and no matter if it's a lie or not, which it usually is, because they tell you they're interested in you, and they want to talk to you, but you gotta move over here, but they're telling that to about fucking 1,000 other dudes. Like, to be fair, anybody that you ever see who's collecting a lot of money, and you take a look at the things they do, they don't give a fuck about anybody. Look at the biggest OnlyFans model earners right now. Sophie Rain, for example. She openly makes fun of people who dislike her for doing her thing, which, yes, that makes sense, okay? I'll give her that. That is gangster. But where it doesn't make sense is she also then tries to put herself, okay, people who don't like her but just choose to avoid it, she needs to put herself in their line because anybody who dislikes her, not that they have to be saying anything about her, she has to fucking do anything to get in their face and try to fucking ruin their lives because it doesn't matter if you are talking the shit. If you simply just dislike her, well, that is the worst thing in the world. How dare you dislike her? Yet, she is the worst fucking person. The only people buying her pictures are old men online. You ever notice how Sophie Rain has several confirmations on YouTube, on Snapchat of he was staring at me in public, where it's literally fucking entire albums of like old men staring at her while she's literally in thongs and shit like that out in public, taking pictures with them pulled all the way up her ass. Like, she openly makes fun of the same people that pay for her content. This is what people with money do. They get so in their head. They're not all of them. There are a few of them that are able to fucking take their responsibility like an adult of money. But that's the thing. It's like being a king or being a president. You're not supposed to be there because you want to be there. You're supposed to be there because you can handle the responsibility and the pressures and the understanding of that fucking position. When you become a king, you are not a king because you want to be a king. You are a king because you are responsible for everybody else in the kingdom. Everything you do falls back on everybody else. If you go to war, everybody else is at war. Everything you do is responsible on them. If you lose money, it's on them losing money. Whatever you do is on them. You are responsible for a big fucking group of people. And it's kind of the same way when you're rich. There's a lot of people that are going to look up to you because you're rich. So you should be fucking responsible enough to be able to handle the limelight, the pressure, and everything. But guess what? Most people who are famous don't. I know this has been a long tangent. This really started off on what money was and what money is and what money does, but I hate money. I genuinely do. I have a bad taste in my mouth. I understand I have to have it for survival, but there's just been so much shit throughout my life that it has left a bad fucking taste in my mouth. I don't fucking like money. So if you want to entice me and try something like free candy or free video games, man, I will genuinely be nice to you guys and help you, you scammers. If you want to try to entice me or get something out of me, use video games, use candy, use something else besides the one thing I fucking hate with a fucking passion. It burns me how much I hate money. It is just a fucking senseless piece of paper that people will kill over. Anyways, that is the video from me. I didn't mean to take this one as long as I did, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.